Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mondays with Mary. I just received this month's combo club from Tailored Expressions, and that's what we're going to work on today. And it's special because normally she does, they call it supersize, where you can get other product to go along with it. But this time, she did something unusual, different. And so we're going to have a play with that. So first, let me show you. The combo club this month is called Fluttering Flora. And it's a butterfly made out of leaves and flowers. The combo club this time is a 3D embossing folder and stencils. And this is the embossing folder. Which is really, really pretty. Let me take it out of here. Hopefully you can see all the detail. But if not, you'll be able to see it in what we're going to work on. So it's got the embossing folder and stencils. And this stencils, let's see how many there are. There are 4 stencils, and they're always labeled on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, so you know which direction you're going in. So those are our normal stencils that we're going to use. But she came out with this stencil that you had to, purchase extra. And it's called Floral Base Layer. And it does the entire thing at one time. So you're probably thinking, why would you want to do that? But a little over a year ago, I don't know if you've watched it, I did a video on how to color on black cardstock, embossed black cardstock. And it's a process that you have to go over each little thing individually. This makes it so that you can go and do the whole thing at one time. And I am going to show you what it looks like. And there you go. So to do black cardstock and not do the reverse where you do your coloring and then you take your black and swipe, I don't have good luck with that because I'm messy. I prefer this method. And you take your black cardstock and then you use a white pigment. And the whole design gets covered with the white pigment. And let me show you before. So your design comes out like this. Hopefully you can catch it. And now normally in the past, I would have had to do each of these little flowers individually and very carefully so that you don't get a lot on the background. But this makes it so much easier. And she did mention that I think they're going to be doing some of these in the future. So if you're not familiar, you get your black cardstock, you emboss it, you get your white pigment. I use the Hero Arts pigment, Unicorn. It works great. You do need to let it set so that it dries before you put ink over it. So I did this one so it's dry and ready for us to go. This is what it looked like before. So we're going to be doing on the black, we're going to be doing white, our normal, so that you can see the difference. And then she also has foilets. And she came out with foilets for this particular set. This one has 3 different, it's 4 of each of 3 different designs. So you can foil all of the little individual things. You can foil just the outline or just the flowers. And so I've already done the foiling. Hopefully you can see it. So I thought it would be fun to do all 3 of them, and so we could see how they look, you know, the difference in how they end up turning out. So I like using Distress Oxides because the formula of Distress sits on top. And so when you're using, especially on the black, and you're using the pigment ink, it sits and it just works. It works, and that's why I like it. So, all right, so it's going to be, I'm going to be able to put the black and the white here. I'm going to switch out and then do the, in fact, we're going to put that down right now. We're going to do the foiled one. Now, this isn't a hot foil. This is, well, it's a hot foil, but not like a glimmer foil. It is through a mink machine. I use the Gina K Fuse. I had a mink. I've had it for years, the Anna Griffith, but it never worked good for me. So when Gina K came out with hers, I picked that one up. All right, so we're kind of going to be switching back and forth here. All right, so the colors I have chosen, and I did do silver because I'm using cool colors. We've got, see this here. We got mowed lawn, peacock feathers, speckled eggs, squeezed lemonade, pick raspberry, and seedless preserves. We have a lot of colors, and I chose 6 colors because they always give color inspiration, and they've done 6 colors. So we'll see how it works out. I don't know that I'll use all 6. It depends on, okay, I knew I shouldn't have put it down. There we go. The sticky mat is sticky. All right, so we'll put this one over here. Hopefully I've given myself enough room. Let me make sure that they're both, that you can see them. I think I'm going to move this one over just a hair. This is a 9 by 12 sticky mat by Diamond Press. Okay. All right. So our first layer is our leaves. All right. So I cut the paper. These are 6 by 6, and I cut the paper I think it was 5.5 or 5.25 by 5.25. So we're not going to have just making sure I line it up. We're going to have to tape it down because we don't have enough room for it to stick. They have these these guides, so we'll use those to help us. All right, so we're going to use some mowed lawn. Now, I use a totally different blending brushes for my distress and my distress oxides, because they are a totally different formula. So I have a mishmash of different brushes. All right. We're going to go in. I might want to darken that up. That looks... Let's look. I think it's... I want to get it darker. Hold on. We're going to make a change here. It's not as dark as I was hoping it was going to be. So let me grab a darker green, one that isn't so yellow, because our colors are more cool. I know I have one in here somewhere. All right, let's try a Lucky Clover. It is not as yellow. Hopefully it'll work. All right, let me get this mowed lawn off my brush. All right, let me come in with a little... Oh yeah, that's better. All right. Sometimes you just gotta shift, pivot. That was a lot more yellow than it looked. All right. I am going to wipe off, even though we're using the same color, I'm going to be handling them, so. All right. Then we're going to put a little color here. Looks to me like we need to shift. Yep. All right. I'm going to shift a little bit before we go any further. It'll be easier once we get the first layer down. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. It was hot here again, though I can't complain because it was only 90. It could have been a lot worse. All right. No, those are going to be off, but we'll be all right. All right, now we're going to go over here. Now, this will be easier to see. Because we've got the contrast of the white on the black. All right. And you want to do the same thing that you normally do, going in both directions. So you get all the edges. All right. If you haven't seen that, there's actually two, the original coloring black cardstock. I will put a link to both of those videos in the description. All right. All right, now we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to move these away. And we'll bring this one in. All right, so this one, it foils the little marks. So you know where you're supposed to be. Right there and there And there. All right. This paper is on the kind of slick side, so I just want to be cautious with it. So if you have done the coloring on black cardstock, do you use distress oxides or distress inks for yours? And if you not, then how does it turn out for you? So you can see when we're taking it off, the ink does not stick to the foil. So we're going to rub it, and then we will do a final one when all the colors are done. All right, so wait, I don't think we got in here. All right, so we're going to do, since we got this one here, we're going to do the second layer over here. All right, so the second layer is the flowers, and it's the top layer of the flowers. So we want the top layer of our flowers to be seedless preserves. So I'm going to grab seedless preserves. And I think I'm going to continue with a small brush because all of these openings are fairly small. Leave me a comment and let me know if you do foiling. I have both. Well, I had the Gemini foil press, but I just recently got the Glimmer Mist because I don't really use the Gemini machines anymore, and that was specific to those. So I picked up the Glimmer Mist because the Glimmer Mist will go in my switch and it will go in my I have the Close to My Heart version of the Intricate. So it will go in both of those. But then I have the Fuse, which is, takes a different foil. Toner. It's toner reactive. All right. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, looking nice. All right, so come over with our pair here. And get those situated. So if you do foil, let me know which one you have, or maybe you have both. I think they both have their purpose. I like, oh, and then I got the glimmer because, you know, I have the better press, so it all fits in the same machine. So there's little tiny pieces here, so we want to make sure we don't go against those and bend them. All right, looking good. So now it's easier on the white because we have the last layer as a guide, so we know that we're lined up when we've got these covered, that covered there, and that covered there. So all right, see, I got fingerprints already. The oxides are just so creamy to use. We are halfway there. Let me know also in comments if you do the swiping in the background with black ink and how that works for you. I am so messy. It just, right. This one still seems a bit high for some reason. Add some more ink here. And if you do that technique, does it work out for you? Are you pleased with the results? Do you make a big mess? Are you inky when you get done? Maybe I'm the only one that's so messy. I don't know. All right, so everybody's got their second layer. Better. All right. So now our third layer is the top of the flowers and the body. All right. So we're going to use picked raspberry. For that one. If I can get it open. All right. All right. Let's I think I lost one of my oh, here it is. It's stuck to my towel. All right. Excuse me. All right. Picked raspberry. We're doing the little head. We're doing the body. We're doing these flowers here. It's also got the center of these flowers, but I was wanting to do the center of those flowers in yellow, so I didn't plan very well because I should have masked off, but I think I can squeak around it. All right, let me get this out here. I almost got some. All right. Let me get one of these. On the other ones, I will do the circles first. I think on here we're almost getting an orangey. Let's see. All right. Need to be careful. I don't know that that's going to be, I don't know that's going to show up enough on the black. Let's take a look. Doesn't doesn't have much. Let's see if I can get some more in there. We'll see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this here and do the yellow first. It'll look better on the rest of these since they're not dark. Instead of squeezed lemonade, I probably should have used the mustard seed. At least for that one. All right. Air conditioner's going off, so might get loud in here. All right, I think I just ended up accidentally shifting. So let's get this back in. And I really got off track here. All right. All right, back to our picked raspberry. Trying to work around the yellow. All right. Let me take a peek at that. All right. Yeah, the yellow shows up fine on that. All right, so we're done with squeezed. No, we're not. We still have one more to go. We put these aside. Didn't wipe this off. All right, just as a precaution. All right, and then here's our foil. All right, so let's do our yellow first. All right. Also, let me know if you have both a toner reactive and like the Glimmer Mist. Do you prefer one over the other? Or do you think they both have their purpose, like I feel? All right, we are still lined up good. Oh, I just lied. I say that and then I move it. It's a good thing we're almost done. My sticky's not sticky. All right. Picked raspberry. I'm not using a heavy hand here because, like I said, this paper, because it's a specialty paper, it has a different feel, like a more slick. All right, I think I got everything covered on this one. And then we're at our very last layer. And that is our flowers, our other flowers, I believe. So let's get rid of the picked raspberry, get those out of our way. Squeeze lemonade, we're all done with you. I did not wipe. Hold on. All right. All right, we are at our last. So, and you can see what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing these flowers here and then these little ones there. And then we will all be done. Oh, and we've got his little feeler things. What are those called? So pretty. So when we're done, we'll end up with 3 panels to make at least 3 cards. All right, so I think we're just going to use the peacock feathers. Oh, we can do peacock feathers and then speckled egg. We'll see. We will see. But we're going to do these big round flowers first. and see how that works. That is pretty. All right. Let's see if we put speckled eggs. How that will look. Oh, now I've got everything out of alignment. Hold on. See, my tape isn't working very well. Hold on, now I can't. All right, let's try speckled egg and see what happens here. If we don't like it, we'll change it on the other ones. I like it. All right. All right, we're gonna put that one aside. Move this over. Now I've done it. Which brush is which? All right, that's that one. That's that one. Let me put this one away because I am going to make a mess somewhere along the line. All right, our last layer and our last two. And then we are done. All right, I'm going to do the flowers. No, I'll do the little ones first. Let me wipe this off. All right, we got the speckled egg. Speckled egg there, speckled egg there. There. It's a pretty light color on the black, but we'll just add a little bit more. All right. And now peacock feathers on the big flowers. I just love peacock feathers. All right. All right. Ah, there we are. I'm not hating the center of the flowers. It's okay. All right, let me put that over there so I don't make another mistake. All right. Speckled eggs. Oh, the cap, the little color cap came off. Where it went, nobody knows. Somewhere on the floor. Our little antler or feelers, or what are these are called. And then right there. I got a little over there, but it'll cover with the darker color. All right. Speckled egg, you are done. Let me clear this off. And then peacock feathers. All right, let me see if we have to adjust this. This one. Not sure why this one's difficult. But it definitely is. I mean, you're never going to have it perfect, but all right. We are done. All right, let me clean this one off so I don't get, I didn't wipe it down. Let me put the brushes away before I make a bigger mess. Let me get these off that sticky mat so we'll be able to have all three of them side by side. Let me get this one. All right, let me get this. Let me rub a little bit more so you can see that. Foiling. Detail. All right, so I don't know if we can see these all at one time. Here, go like that. All right, so we've got the foiled panel. Can you see that one? We've got the foiled panel. You can see the foiling. Then we've got the black panel, and then the white. And you can see that the colors look different on each one because the paper is different. You know, this has the, obviously it's black, and then it has the white, the unicorn pigment ink underneath it. So it's changing the color. This is just the straight oxide. But then because this is a treated paper, it's even more different. So there is no right or wrong. This one, I think you can see the difference in like the picked raspberry and the, see this preserves more. This one, they kind of blend in. This one you can see, but it's a subtle difference. So let me know if you have a favorite, which one you prefer. They are 6x6 panel, but here's my ruler. I have one here. The butterfly itself is a little over 4.5. So it would fit, so it's a little over 3 and a little over 3.5. So if, depending on how you cut it down, it'll go on an A2 card just fine. It would go on a 5x7 also. So let me know which one you like the best and what colors you would use. I think it would be pretty in some gold, with a gold foiling, with the oranges and the yellows, like a monarch butterfly, which is the only butterfly I've mentioned before that we have out here. So, all right, so that is it. Fluttering Floral. We use the base layer on this one, and we used the foilet on this one, and this is the one that we used. And like I said, this is the one we used, but then there's 2 different ones that you can also use in the pack. And then this one was just straight with the embossing folder. where did I put the embossing folder? Here. So, yeah, these two have the embossing folder. This one I did not put through the embossing folder. So, because I wanted to give it a different look. So, all of these techniques can be used on, as long as you've got an embossing folder. You know, you can, not this one, but these two. Any embossing folder that you have, you can use this technique on. And it makes it very dramatic. So, all right, so let's look at them close up. That's our foiling. That's our black with a base of unicorn. And then this is just regular with the embossing folder on white cardstock. So, all right, so that's it for this time. Thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to, you can hit the subscribe button. The bell will send you notifications when there's a new video to watch. The thumbs up is the like button, and that's an important one because it lets YouTube know that you enjoyed the video and they will promote it more, which is important, especially for little YouTube channels, and it's greatly appreciated if you do hit that button. There's a share button, makes it easy to share with your friends. And I think that's it. Yeah, so thanks for sticking with me. And, you know, there's always a little fast forward button if you want to move along on a video faster, especially ones that, this one was very involved when we're doing 3 panels at the same time. So, but I appreciate you sticking through it. So, all right, that's it for today. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and happy crafting. Bye-bye. Okay, real quick. I decided that after I turned off the camera that I wanted to put the back through the embossing folder because they had lost some with the inking. And I went ahead and embossed the foiled one, and look at how gorgeous it looks embossed. It really brings out the foiling. So that's that one embossed, and then I ran these, and they've got more dimension now that they're dry. Hopefully you can see it. So, yeah. So I just wanted to show you that. I really like the way it brought out the foil when you I ran it through the embossing folder. All right, that's it.